Okay. Just sitting here waiting for you guys to show up. Okay, someone's here. Okay, let's see who it is. Oh, 2 people. Thumbs up. Very good. Hello. Okay. I think the mistake is that I didn't wear my... Haha. I'm not wearing my... Here we go. My tinfoil helmet. Every time I wear this, I have excellent internet connections. Yes, welcome back. Now, I don't know how long the internet's going to... how long it's going to hold up. If it does that again, I'm not going to load another stream. We're just going to end it. Yes. Now, there's a story about this. And this is a protest, actually, against the Viking Age cancel culture. The tinfoil helmet. Yes, exactly, Moncoco64. It's a protest. It's a conspiracy theory. It's a symbol set to show those people that they're trying to cancel the Viking Age that it's not going to happen. It's more of like a satire, basically. It's funny. And every time I wear it, the internet connection somehow magically is awesome. I don't know. So maybe the helmet does something. Yeah, it's actually a thing. They're trying to say that the Germanic people, and I have to be very careful how I say this to make it correct. They're trying to say that the Germanic folk of the Scandinavian culture of that time, they weren't all one people and they weren't all as centralized. They were way more diverse and way more multicultural, and basically the woke ideas of modern culture were back then. They just they had to be, and they're destroying all of the Anglo-Saxon Germanic history systematically, and they're using professional professors and archaeologists that have names to do that. And if you're really interested in it, I try to stay out of that business because it's like dealing with a mafia. If you're really interested in that, you can look up Sturla, Sturla at Viking Stories on YouTube, and he can tell you all about it. So you can check it out if you're interested in that, and see what that means, what's happening. But yeah, that's actually a thing, and I think this helmet's cool because it's just something cool. Yeah, I think Luke and Mom, the culture of being Chris, I think a lot of that had to do the same instruments that undermine a society to take complete control of its population's thoughts, opinions, social standards, and certain values to make an economic factor out of it, capitalism basically, have been in place then. The same factors have been in place then, the same as they are now. And yeah, actually horns at Westhold Forge was my next thing to really protest about the stupidity of all this. I should put big old horns on here and hang a bunch of weird looking things off. I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think I may add that on at a later day. I just didn't have time on that specific evening that I was putting this together. Yeah, but I think that's going to happen soon. Well, Moncoco64, there are always going to be people who criticize and naysay something just because they can't be part of it, or because somehow they feel intimidated by it. And that is, Germanic culture intimidates a lot of people because they're not part of it and they don't accept it because of that, because they just, I don't understand why they can't just praise their own culture. Every place in the world has culture and history, and there's nothing wrong with being bound to your culture and your history. That's actually something very special. If I go to France, the worst and least thing I want to see there is an American cheeseburger place and a German schnitzel house right there. I want to go to France to experience the French people, the French culture, the French language, French history. And, that's what I want to see. If I go to Italy, the same thing. If I go to another country, I want to see what makes that country so different and individual, and therefore very interesting. And the people that have grew up in these cultures, they should be proud of who they are. There's nothing wrong with that. And in Germany, I think, especially the Germanic Anglo-Saxon idea is the worst. Those are the ones that are being erased from history and being frowned upon, and they're trying to eradicate completely. I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah, I've heard of MZ. I've heard the Batman. Oh, I've heard the Batman has that messages in it. I haven't seen it yet. What made me disappointed, though, I did kind of like the idea of the Batman being kind of more of a taking no names and kind of just going out there at it. That's kind of a Batman that we haven't seen too much of yet. But yeah, yeah, and you should be proud of who you are. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're from. If it doesn't matter what culture or history you are, you should be proud of your culture and your history, and you should learn about it and share it with other people. And I mean, definitely, I go to other places to broaden my horizons on things. I mean, I have certain views on things dislikes and likes, and interests and disinterests, but I always question that. And I always go and say, well, I think, yeah, I go in, it's certain things that are always in question on my mind of my opinion, and so it's constantly trying to enhance my world views on things. That's pretty cool, Chris. Um, that your father's been able to do that for you. That he's been able to trace your ancestors. The Rhine River is actually, I would say, about an hour and a half, 2 hours from here. I can go there. We go there and wash. We go pan for gold there in the summer quite often. Sleepy Joe. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, exactly. All this political crap. I don't want to watch the new Batman. Yeah. Hello, Everett. Welcome. How you like my new tinfoil helmet? My buddy Everett's in the chat. He used to work with me at my job, and he's a good guy. Um, Unfortunately, I have to inform you that your plants have died. It wasn't my fault. Um, we have a rat in the shop, yes, and it's destroyed a lot of my stuff. A lot of but I did recycle the flower pots and the earth, and I gave new life to another plant that I dug up out in the parking lot. So that's going to get a new home. That's actually got a new home already. Yeah, they live for a little bit, and what can I say? I can allow that in here, I guess. Yeah, a rat, like a rat, like a rodent. Yes, a big giant. I think I don't know if Yeah, and they in the workshop, and that's really bad because it gets in there. It destroys a lot of the electrical uh, components in the wall desk, and I don't like that. Ha! It's up under here. No way. I wouldn't let. Nope. Yeah, MZ. Thank you very much for the good luck. I hope your garden turns out absolutely awesome. Your seedlings. I've been doing, like I said, Vanessa's been. I gotta loosen my belt up a little bit. I ate too much earlier, and now I'm sitting on the couch. It's really uncomfortable. Vanessa's been planting away this year. She's got her little area too. She's got a cabin out in the woods, about an hour from here. She goes there 2 or 3 days to kind of relax out of the week on her own, and a little garden, and she's got some real nice setup there too. And we go hang out there for a weekend or two every once in a while. We'd do some work there. That's our alternate hangout area in the summertime. It's really it's right next to a major river. We pan for gold there quite a lot. It's very successful. And fossils. We find many fossils. If you keep your old egg cartons, by the way, those make absolutely excellent seed planters, for starting seeds. Old egg cartons. Well, I'm contemplating the DNA testing is a cool thing, I guess. On one hand, on the other hand, your DNA is the most valuable piece of information that you possibly can own, and giving it to somebody just far away to do research with is like, I don't know. But then again, it depends on what kind of deal what kind of, I don't know, what kind of there we go. What kind of company is doing that? I'm not sure. Okay, here we go again with the internet. So if this happens to not work, then we're just going to end it because this is annoying. Egg cartons, yes. They work great. And especially you can cut them up, and just set them right in the earth. They'll decompose perfectly fine. And you don't have to take the little, what's really a shock for the plant. A lot of times after you've taken them out of the planters, they have these mini little roots, and you rip them out to put them in this bigger pot or in the ground, and you shock the plant, and you basically impair it. So egg cartons are really good. Once the plant is actually, about a centimeter, 2 or 3, you can cut the egg cartons and put them right into the next size or a permanent location. Hello, Curtis Miller. Welcome back. The internet is telling me it's wanting to not cooperate, but hopefully we can hang on a little bit and it'll go back to normal. We'll see. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Did you find anything out about your DNA test? Let's see. I think so too. It needs to have horns on it first. I need to put some horns on this helmet before I go out into a nuclear attack with this. Yeah, the helmet is pretty good. It's gonna protect me from a nuclear blast. We just decided that. So, oh my, you have a lot of snow. I don't have any clouds here yet. No, we're not. There are no hard mooded clouds this way. It's been actually beautiful weather. Yeah, Everett. We have one of the largest economy in the world, and we have the crappiest internet. I can go anywhere in the Iraq desert and have 5G internet. Although I'm not a fan of 5. Oh, I'm not. We're not supposed to talk about that on the YouTube. Okay. Well, yes. Yeah. Well, anyway, I can go anywhere in the Middle Eastern desert and have the most modern internet. connection. And I'm here in the most industrialized center of European development. I'm in the middle of Germany, basically, but in the middle of Europe. You should think that there should be something like a indestructible information network of working technology. Yeah, right. Yeah. But that's not the case. I do have an individual internet connection here. It's not connected to the grid, so that's maybe why I'm using some beta software right now, trying to test it out and see how that's working. But so far, it's 50-50. Lately, I've been having a couple problems with it. I'm not too happy. The internet is trying to do a lot of things that we don't like. And it's not the internet, it's the people who control the internet. And that's a big problem. Yeah, maybe the microwaves aren't coming in there. Be like, greetings, Earthlings. We have taken over your radio. But not mine. I'm wearing a Viking tinfoil helmet. Forge the helmet. It's actually. I'm gonna take it off and show you. It's stuck to my head after It's actually just tinfoil, and I had to open the back up a little bit so I can take it. It was stuck to my head. I wrapped my head in tinfoil. I used almost like a whole roll of it. And then I made the nose part, and then I had to wrap it again so it's all nice. And then I had to like smash it in like this. And that's when I couldn't get it off my head. That's when it was stuck. Yeah, I'm putting horns on it for sure now. That's going to happen. I'm going to do that for next week if I can get to it. I'm going to take it off now, though, because it really heats up my head. Makes me sweat. It's like I really like a lot. It's really heats up my head a lot. But I do have the feeling it protects me from something. Well, the aliens, yeah, yeah. I guess that's interesting. No, that's an interesting theory. Aliens and life forms on Earth, and I believe it's well possible that we've been visited by some sort of living being, extraterrestrial, artificial intelligence from either this timeline, the future, or the past, or other dimensions, or other planets. It's all possible. Physics is explaining it all to us lately, and it's making it look like a big science fiction novel. Everything is science fiction has invented or mentioned somehow is starting to find foot in modern physics, which is really cool. That's right. And my potato needs to be, I need to keep it fit. Yep. Oh my, one of my dogs just farted like really loud over here. I mean, I need to put a gas mask on next. If you see me with a gas mask, it's because my dog is gassing away over here. Yeah, Chris, that is correct. But we today have, for practical purposes, you referred to them as Vikings to categorize what people of history we're talking about as. It's almost like the thing of Native Americans. I mean, there were dozens of tribes. I mean, it's just not just one group, but the same with the Scandinavians. There were dozens of tribes of Scandinavians and families and jarls and communities, and but they were all Vikings in that sense, you know. So it's just something modern. Hmm. Yeah, my dad did some research as well a couple years ago. He has a family tree, and he's did some extensive research, and I'd have to look into it. But I know there's a lot of Irish, and I have a lot of German, and some English, and yeah. So I got all the war-driven tribes of Europe. Probably puts up to why I have such a temper sometimes. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of it's a lot of history just on its own. If you just study the ancient German tribes, and then the German tribes, there was a dozen of those, so in a certain area, and how they interacted with the tribes that now made. You have the Franks and the Picts, the Goths, all those things. Well, I think Hollywood will never make a movie that it's actually going to be a historical blockbuster. Like, hey, man, that hit the spot. That used all the perfect details to make that movie that's historically correct. It won't be a Hollywood movie. Hollywood has different. The people who pay for things, their best interest is not in historically correctness. It's something else. And they own Hollywood, unfortunately, and some of the other minor brands beneath Hollywood. If a movie like that was to ever be made, it'd be a B-rated budget movie, and it would never make the blockbuster quality that a Hollywood movie would be held against. So that's a weird thing. Yeah, from the Irish. Okay, I'm kind of lost in the chat now. You guys are chatting with each other, probably. I can't make out what's going on over there. Yeah, so what do we say here? I need to get the supplies together. I'm hoping, really want to have my blacksmith shop back. You guys won't believe how much it's itching in my hands to start the forge up again. Yeah, it's you're correct there, but it's the only thing. One thing that we really can do is educate ourselves and know the truth. Have the right perspective. I say we can never know the complete story, but we can have the right perspective. We can look at what they're trying to do to history, and then we can research our own and see what we know about history, and just keep that perspective that we have a straight view on what's going on. And the rest of the people, they're going to believe what they want to believe anyway. And there's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. So let's not waste our energy on that. Well, Nick, I do have a theory on a lot. There's a lot of genetic things that's had somewhere in the past. I mean, thousands of years ago, may have been some kind of alteration that was useful. Is totally unacceptable today because of our so-called social standards. Yeah, it's really easy to put someone in a category like that, and those mental health issues are misunderstood and misinterpreted quite a lot, and misused as well in our day and age. But that's not what this not a real good topic to talk about right now. Okay. Miss any messages, but it looks like you guys are having a conversation now. All right. All right, it's cool. So one of the things that I'm hoping to do this weekend is I'm hoping to film a really, really cool video on Odin for you guys. But I have not been able to puzzle in the pieces. I basically have to script this video. It's going to be, I'm hoping to make this video blow up on YouTube. I'm going to script this video. I'm going to actually write a script with opening scenes, and I'm going to have to go out and look for those scenes and film them. That's what's going to be so tough. I'm going to be filming some of the scenes up at the Odin's tree. I had to take that video. Unfortunately, I had to take that video down because someone complained about a very insignificant factor and was trying to get me in trouble on YouTube about that. So currently that video is no longer online. And that's one of the reasons I'm going to film it again, just for the sake of improving upon something that was already good and making it much better. Yeah, I hope so too, Moncoco64, especially because this is a very important video. And it's I have to plan. I have to do a lot of research, so I don't say something that might. I'm laughing at this now, but I don't say something that might hurt somebody's feelings. So, someone might say that's not correct, and go totally apeshit on my channel. Not that I care that they're watching all my videos, even though they're the trolls, but they leave some nasty comments, and they write some comments to YouTube, and that gets a lot of attention I don't like, because it's not positive and it's inappropriate to try to. I don't see why people put that energy into trying to disturb something I'm working so hard to create, something positive. And it's really, these people just, I don't know. Facts don't care about your feelings. That is absolutely correct, Strider to LSR. Absolutely. That's absolutely correct. And, but, if putting it in the sense that I'd like it to get it correct so that there can't be any negative feedback from the so-called, I don't know, how you call them, people who think they know everything. So that's and I'd like it to be. I want this video to touch everybody's imagination and draw you in and make you feel like the magic of the moment just came to you. And I'm really doubtful about that, because that's why it's taking me so long to make this video. I have these ideas, and then I go, no. And I go, oh, I want to do that today. And then I'm like, no, don't. I'm not going to rush this. I'm going to plan it carefully. And so it's really been drifting around in front of me. A lot of things on my mind too is really depressing me, is what's going on in the world right now. Really working hard to prepare for, and don't know what to prepare for. I basically just stocking up on some extra food supplies, making some plans, taking care of the house, make sure I have enough dog food for at least a year, and doing some preparations at the Viking camp to make sure I can sustain at least as long as I can, a long time, hopefully. Oh, thank you. I hope it'll be a work of art. I hope so. I really do. This stupid thing keeps blinking. What is that? Yeah, that's correct, MZ. It's everybody has also personal needs, so you have to be sure if you have some kind of special, needs that you have, if you need medications or if you need some kind of materials to take care of your health, you want to make sure you get a bunch of those and stock them away clean and safe, so they don't go bad. Food. If you buy food, make sure it's something that'll last you a long time. Nothing that goes in the refrigerator will last you a long time. Noodles. If you buy a big Tupperware and fill it with noodles, excuse me. If you buy a big Tupperware and fill it with noodles, that's one big plus already. Canned goods, even though they expire within 1.5 to 2 years of their shelf life, they're still good up to 10 years plus or minus after they expire. You have to watch. There's a certain guideline that you have to watch when looking at canned goods after they expire. But usually, if the can is still stably sound, there's no cracks or tears in it, and there's no rust, not too much rust on it, and the lid is still concave, and the inside of the can is still under vacuum, the contents should still be good. Open it, and then you smell it. If it smells okay and tastes okay, it probably still is okay. Make sure there's no rust inside the can. You should be able to eat whatever's in there most of the time. Don't, take my word with a grain of salt, I guess you could say. Hello, Estellinger, welcome. Yeah, water I have plenty of. I'm going to actually be buying a 200-liter drinking water supply. That sounds like a lot, but it's only 10, 20 packs of bottled water, and then I'll be set. I can only have so much, and I'll have to rotate and use it. So otherwise, it goes bad. Water will hold for a long time until it actually goes bad. But you want to keep it out of sunlight for sure, and that's one thing you want to keep out all your food supply. You want to keep everything in a cool, dry, dark place. Uh-oh, what happened there? Are we still here? The internet just decided to do something. Yeah, MZ, I think so too. And I would absolutely stay away from MREs if you can. A box or two of those are good to have, especially. But I wouldn't go out and spend, hundreds of dollars on MREs. I wouldn't do that. I would have a couple. Maybe if you can somehow, if you have access to them, it's good to have those. If you can stock up on those for cheap. But I would not buy an entire truckload of MREs. If I had the money to do that, I would buy water purification and some way of making a small amount of electricity to stay in touch with the outside world, to see what's going on, to communicate with people that I care for. Things like that, build small infrastructure from scratch to keep things going. Wild lettuce is actually a very good painkiller. I think that's even a medicine that the Native Americans of North America used in garden. Yeah, they are hard on your body. They have a lot of Konservierungsstoffe. What do you call that in German? Yeah, they keep a lot of chemicals in them to keep, but they don't spoil for very long, and your body doesn't like those. And yeah, a lot of the food is dehydrated, so you have to drink an enormous amount of liquid to be able to process the food. But like I said, if for absolute emergency, like a box or two, it's not a bad idea. You can even trade them if you have to for somebody. Oh boy, Dutch line prepping. I'm sorry to hear that. For a fact, like 2 weeks ago, I had a similar problem. Somebody was trying to take $0.00 out of my account, and they called me and they blocked my account. I had to go to the bank and fix it, which is super annoying when I have to go in the bank because it's out of my way. But they fixed it and squared it away. New bank card now, and very annoying. Sage, yeah, I have a couple of sage plants. Yeah, it happens. I mean, these people sit somewhere on the other side of the world, and they just stop bank accounts with random requests. And if they get a go, then they'll try a bigger amount. Okay, MZ, thank you very much for tuning in and staying with us here. The internet is kind of bumpy here as well tonight, so I hope to see you soon. was true through Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, I have my on sale right there right now, and I'm kind of really worried about that because I keep getting I'd like to sell it to another American or possibly maybe even to a German that's really serious because we have to do a lot of paperwork, and I hate that. I hate it, and it's not. I mean, the price I could sell it for double that, but it's not in the best condition. But I have an entire basement full of parts, and I need to get some money for it so I can invest it in my Viking camp and in my life. We need to find Vanessa a new 4x4 vehicle and all those things. So, okay, I'm still here. Yeah. Also selling my Volkswagen van. That's for sale as well. Okay, MZ, thank you very much for your input there. The flavor packets, it's a good idea, and we'll see you soon. Stay safe. Are you having a connection failure, or is that just something you're writing there? Oh my God. Okay. I'm getting a lot of feedback that this is not working, so I'm not out my internet. Okay, guys. Well, let's just call it. Oh, 1983 camper. Well, mine's a 1994 all-wheel drive, and it's really hard to get one of those. I paid a lot of money for it, and now I'd like to sell it. It's just too small. Okay, but I'm gonna hang up the. We're gonna end the chat now because I have a message up here on my screen saying the internet's unstable, and I'm getting a lot of feedback here. It's not a very pleasant experience for some of you guys when the internet is not working. So I want to just okay, yeah. I just think it's not very cool for some of you guys that the internet sucks. Today's just not a good day for a live stream, I guess. But I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate all your comments and your time, your support. Really glad to see everybody. I hope you all stay well, stay safe, and see you soon. Russian hackers taking down the internet. No, I don't think so. I think it's just a very bad internet connection. Have a good day, good evening, a good night. See you soon.